My next guest is Rik Roberts. He's a very good friend of our show and often performs just for our studio audience as part of our pre-show. He's also the former president of the Christian Comedy Association and a hilarious stand-up comic and corporate speaker. If you've ever been in our live studio audience, you might have mistaken him for this guy.
Way better than them kerosene cucumbers Aunt B used to make.
Nip it in the bud. Well, I knew I'd finally catch you. Don't be a goober. Can I hear you say, keep your bullet in your pocket? Well, where do you think you're going? I'm gonna get you for a black car with a brown interior. You got your pipes wide open. Oh, I'm gonna throw the book at you, buddy. The whole book. Hey. Thank you. I found out a few weeks ago I got the high cholesterol, and I mean high, 425. Yeah, that's the highest in my county, so I get to go to regionals in a couple of weekends. I've been eating butter to get my numbers up, you know? Trying to get out of the brisket bracket this time around. Yeah, my doctor didn't laugh. He said I needed to change my diet and my exercise programs. And I'm like, buddy, I can't do that. I don't have either program running right now. He said, why don't you ride a bike 3 or 4 times a week for an hour at a time? I said, I'll tell you why not. I'm 51 years old, all right? It's not that I can't do it, but let's be honest, you see a man my age on a bicycle, you don't think he's exercising, do you? Do you? You're like, that poor guy had a repo or a DUI, right? So, if you're not laughing, you rode here on a bike, so, ching, ching. Then he said, why don't you get on a diet? I got on the Atkins diet, and that is hard to stick with. It says you're supposed to eat meat 4 or 5 times a day. Then it says smoke a cigarette and take a nap. Yeah, that was the Chet Atkins diet that I got on. Yeah. If you don't know who he is, you probably don't have high cholesterol. Then they put me on Lipitor, and man, that has a serious side effect. It's $8 a pill. $8 a day. One day I got up and dropped my pill, couldn't find it. I was out $8. So now I just wrap it up in a piece of bacon, swallow it whole every morning. Melt some cheese on there so it sticks real good. Yeah, I'm trying to eat better. A friend of mine said, I'm gonna get you the best hamburger you've ever had. Try to slip me something called an Impossible Burger. I took one bite, I'm like, what is that? He's like, oh man, it's a bunch of vegetables squished together to taste like meat. I'm like, what you're describing is hamburger helper, but it ain't helping no burger, okay? How do you even order this thing? I'll take 2 no beef patties, soy sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions on a gluten-free bun. I said, I don't want that stuff. He goes, well, in a couple of weeks, Kentucky Fried Chicken is rolling out chickenless chicken. Have we lost our minds in this country? If I bite into a wing ding and it tastes like a green bean, we're gonna fight, all right? Right? I think so. I think Colonel Sanders is rolling over in his finger-licking grave right now, ain't he? Yeah, so I said, you know, you're trying. I'm going to take you out to get you the best meal you've ever had. So I took my friend to the Golden Corral. Love it there. I got a big bowl, put some ribs in there, pork chops. He's like, what is that? I'm like, that is an Impossible salad. Ha ha. It's a bunch of produce that identifies as livestock. Figure that one out, non-binary. I said, what kind of dressing you want, gravy or gravy? I don't understand any of this stuff at all. To me, a burger without meat is like a church without Jesus, all right? What's the point, right? So I'm trying to get healthier, and I try to eat a lot of chicken. I like Chick-fil-A. I heard about a lady had a baby at a Chick-fil-A. Did y'all hear about that? Had a baby there, and the guy that ran the restaurant said that child and family can eat there for free till that child turns 14 years old. I didn't know it worked like that. I told my wife, we're gonna have another baby. How about Roost Chris Steakhouse? You know, 'cause, right? That's right. Yeah. I ain't paying $18 for mashed potatoes twice, I tell you that. They bring out the bill, sir, it's $120. I don't think so. Have you met my baby, Ruth? How about it? There are so many things I don't understand. I saw a commercial the other night for a new Pepto-Bismol. Have you heard of this commercial? It says now it comes with a healthy dose of melatonin so you can get right back to sleep. Now listen, I'm not a big fan of the diarrhea, all right? Never have been. But I would like to be awake when it happens, okay? This has to be causing problems all across the globe. Have y'all seen Grandpa? He's sawing logs out there in the squatty potty. I don't know what's going on in there. I told him not to eat that Impossible Burger. You get what you get. Hey, y'all been a lot of fun. Thanks a lot for putting up with me. Have a great night. Take care, everybody. Thank you. Shake my nerves and you rattle my brain. You broke my wheel. What a freak. Goodness gracious. Great balls of fire.
I wasn't sure if we had Rik Roberts, Barney Fife, or the Killer.
You never know. Sure. You never know. I like all that stuff.
That was fantastic.
Thank you, sir.
Rik, we're so glad to have you on the show. You're a part of our family here, and but how great it is, and the audience loved you, as we, of course, know they do every time you're here.
Well, you've got such a great bunch here, and I've got to know people over the past 118 episodes or whatever you've done here.
Tonight's 120.
120,
yeah.
So we got a lot of good people out there.
Yeah. You have an approach to business when you talk to corporate clients called the Mayberry approach, I guess based on, of course, your Barney. But what does that mean?
All right, so yeah, when I speak to corporate groups, sometimes they want funny, sometimes they want a message, and a lot of times they want a little bit of both. And so I've woven together this comedy/content program called the Mayberry Method, and we look back at how things used to be before we made it so complex, right? And to me, the Mayberry Method is just keeping things simple, doing what you're supposed to do, and respecting other people. And a lot of times in business, we lose that because we're so focused on shareholders or getting to the next deadline or whatever, but we don't treat the people around us the right way. And that rubs off on our customers and everybody else. So that program's a lot of fun, and I get to bust in the room with Barney Fife when I do it.
Well, I'm going to tell you, you're hilariously funny. You're a great guy to work with. We all love you.
Thank you.
We're thrilled to have you as part of our show here, and thank you for being on our stage. Thoroughly entertaining this audience.
Thank you,
Rik.
I've loved every minute of it.
Well,
thank you.
They loved every minute of it, and I did too. Hey, if you'd love some great, clean comedy for your event, or maybe some funny, common-sense Mayberry-style business advice for your corporation, you can book Rik at Rik Roberts, and by the way, it's spelled R-I-K. His family didn't have enough money to put the C in there, so it's just RIKRoberts.com. You can also find his videos, his blog, and his hilarious stand-up and comedy song CDs, all at Rik Roberts. That's RIKRoberts.com. I don't know how busy you are, but since you're clearly slacking off watching YouTube videos, you probably got the time to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell and the like button. That way you get updates on new videos.